Australia's got a global rep for being full of sunny beaches and fun-loving larrikins. But if you're looking for the happiest place on Earth, it turns out you should rug up and move to the Arctic Circle. Each year, the World Happiness Survey polls people across the world to determine which country is happiest. And for 7 consecutive years, Finland has come out on top. So what is it that gives the Finns the grins?
People are nice and kind and they help each other.
People are just kind of casual and they don't take things so seriously, maybe.
Wealth does matter, but especially also how wealth is distributed. So in Finland, you'll find that wealth is way more evenly distributed. So more people benefit from the wealth that's being generated.
A strong healthcare system, good schools and reliable public transport are also thought to be big factors as to why a country that frequently experiences sub-zero temperatures, as well as winters where the sun doesn't rise for weeks on end, can be so happy. Finland also shares a 1,300-kilometre border with an increasingly hostile Russia and antagonised Putin when it officially joined NATO last year.
It does risk a conflict with nuclear weapons, which means the destruction of civilization. Don't they understand this?
But Vlad can hardly be angry at Finland for being good at making friends, especially when their politics are so hot and steamy due to what's known as
sauna diplomacy.
Yes, the Finns have started bringing their love of saunas to embassies around the world, inviting politicians, civil servants and journalists in Washington, London and Canberra to strip off and sweat out the big topics, a strategy that's actually worked pretty well for them in the past.
2 sweaty, naked world leaders negotiating Finland's neutrality during the Cold War in a sauna. I freaking love it.
So does the nation with the world's happiest population and a predilection for naked foreign relations have a little something to teach the rest of us?
Finland, Finland, Finland.
Joining us to explain what his country is doing right is Finland's ambassador to Australia. Would you please welcome Arto Habia?
Thank you. Hi.
So, Arto, what is it about saunas that makes them so good for negotiating and diplomacy?
Well, I mean, the sauna is definitely one of our best loved and longest living export products. It's very popular in the US at the moment. It's very popular in Japan. And I think those sort of 2 different cultures shows you how, it's appreciated in different places in the world. And for us Finns, it's just such a big part of the way we live. It's a big part of our life. And the sauna diplomacy, New York Times ran a big article about it recently, and it's been getting a lot of attraction globally. So it's all about stripping who you are when you go to the sauna.
So you leave your ego behind and all the accoutrements.
Everything behind. You leave your statues.
You've got one at your embassy in Canberra.
We have 2.
Do you invite the Aussie politicians?
I know that you've been asking for an invite. I'll definitely follow up on that. Not just because you're a good guy and I want to show you the sauna, but also because I want to flip the roles. I want to see how you handle the heat.
Have you got Albo in there yet?
Not yet. We're working on it.
Hey, were you born in a sauna? Because lots of Finns apparently were.
I was born in a hospital.
Boringly.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What is the deal with that?
Being born in sauna.
Older Finns being born in a sauna.
It's a clean place.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It is a clean place, definitely.
Is it just,
It'd be weird if you were having a sauna, though, and then you look to the side and someone's being born. It'd be an odd experience.
It doesn't often happen like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm interested in, Finnish people are very happy. Is it difficult to be happy when, there's, your next-door neighbour is threatening kind of nuclear war?
Finns tend to sleep their nights pretty well. So we have a way of being cool-headed in the middle of the stormy times that we live. That's not to say that we are not worried, but we don't panic.
In terms of alliances, you've joined NATO this year, but you've also sort of tried to elevate your relationship with Australia. Why us? What's the connection between Australia and Finland?
Oh, there's so many things why we are a good match. So this is the 75th anniversary of our diplomatic relations, but I mean the diplomatic part is just one aspect of it. It's what happens on the ground that is important. And it's about mining technology. Finns and Swedes produce 80% of the underground mining technology in the world, and Finnish companies are very much present in Western Australia. It's about everything critical you need, whether it's critical mining, critical technologies or defence. We just have a pretty good offering in those areas. And then when you come to education, Finland is often mentioned as a good country for its education system. And that's just one part of it, but it also works both ways. We want to learn from Australia as well, and just this afternoon I was in southern Melbourne checking out a school where they have this beautiful Stephanie Alexander kitchen garden program, and it's just amazing to see how kids learn to grow their own vegetables, their own herbs, and then produce healthy meals.
I learned something very quickly because we have to finish up soon. I learned something about Finland. Everyone thinks Santa Claus is from the North Pole. I heard his address is in Finland.
He is, and there's a,
is it a holiday house or what's the deal?
It's an era of misinformation, disinformation. So if you hear that Santa Claus is from anywhere else, you should say that's not true, because he is from Finland. He is from the Finnish High North, and there is a Santa village where tens of thousands of kids send letters.
You met Santa?
Of course I have.
In a sauna?
Or... Not in the sauna, no. So you normally meet Santa when you've been a good boy.
Okay.
This is the time of the year when he comes to check if you've been good.
Yeah,
we are out of time. Would you please thank Arto?